Good evening and welcome back to the Mancunian Way. My name is Martin. I'm your host, joined by Pat and Vinto Kid.
Hello, hello, Martin.
Hello.
Nice shirt. Where did you get that from?
Oh, some knobhead bought it.
Wonder where he got his. I wonder where he got that idea from.
Yes, Pat, when he came over, very generously got me the away Melbourne Blue shirt, and it is a beauty. The reason I'm not had it on is we put it in the case, and my other half lost the case. So yeah, hey, but we found it. How are we? How are we?
There's always drama with you, isn't it?
Oh, there's no drama. I've just got another half who just sort of bit think.
Right. She's obviously not home right now.
She doesn't watch. How are you doing, gentlemen? How are we all?
Very good. Very good. It was a good weekend.
Yeah. All right for early on a Monday morning, thank you.
Yeah. And you know what? City are going to win the quad. City are back. City are back. Oh, we're winning the quad now. Anyway, yeah. We're going to talk Wolves 0 City 4. We'll talk about a few things. We'll talk about the Rico Lewis doing the okey-dokey. He's in, he's out, he's shaking it all about. And he's decided he don't want to go nowhere anymore. Nope, no, I'm not going to Forest. Don't want to get lost in the forest. No, I won't want to laugh at that one.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe after about 11 pints on a Friday night.
I mean, come on. I thought that was a funny joke. No, I'm not bothering.
Maybe
anyway,
if I just went to the dentist and he'd turn up the happy guest a bit too much.
It was a great day. It was a great day. But let's kick it all off with the major news. Breaking news. Because this is what I got told all week, gentlemen.
That Chris Wood started the season, as he started.
I'm not doing it. He's already kicked it off. New season, and he's kicked off the Chris Wood bullshit.
Well, he's already top. He's already top of the league with Haaland.
Top scorer with Haaland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, right. You Aussies need something. Do you know what makes me laugh? Is you Aussies are screaming more about a Kiwi than you are about your own fellow countrymen. It's like me screaming about a Scot. What are you doing?
There's only one Chris Wood.
Do you not get good footballers in down under? Do you not get good footballers down under?
The whole of the Southern Hemisphere embraces him. Joint top scorer. Magnificent.
Yeah.
Anyway,
he's on a level. He's on a level with the All Blacks over there.
Yeah, it was a great day, I've got to say. Really, really good day. Enjoyed it. I want to say before we kick off, big up.
Is that your first ever away win?
No, I'm just going to say big up to the Wolves fans. The Tifo and everything they did for Diego Jota yesterday was fabulous. From Fields of Gold to the Tifo to everything, they were outstanding. 18th minute, everyone, including us Blues, paid our tribute to Diego Jota. It choked me up a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Brings you back down to earth a little bit when you see things like that. You realise football is still for the working man, and it is still for people. You know, it was lovely to see. It's a big up. The thing that did annoy me though is I wish they'd turn down them bloody flames, because when you're in that away end, you're bloody burnt at the Wolves. They have fire when they come out on the pitch. Wolves have fire. Right. You're literally there. You literally.
Oh yeah. I was there in the treble season. I do remember those fire cannons. Yeah, unreasonably close.
Yeah, give us a bell, Luke. Big up. Not in my lifetime. We'll have a chat when we get down there. I will be down in Brighton as well at the Amex. We are selling the wrong winger, so I'm going to get into Doku because, my only disappointment yesterday was Doku, but we'll get into it. Anyway, let's start with the team news. Where's it gone? I just had it up. Where the fuck's it gone? Here we go. Right, so the teams lined up. As predicted, really, James Trafford in goal, Rico Lewis, Johnny Stones, Ruben Diaz, Reine Nora, Tijani Reijnders, Nico G, Bernardo Silva, Oscar Bobb, Erling Haaland, and Jeremy Doku. And then on the bench was Manuel Akanji. Apparently, he was going to play every week. Nathan Ake, again, another pet favourite who was going to play every week. Ryan Cherki, who did make his debut and came on and scored the fourth of the Blues goals. Ilkay Ilkay Gundogan, who apparently was another one who was going to play. Everyone had the money on to play. Where'd that? Kushinov, who did come on. Omar Mamouche came on. Nunez, Nico Riley, and Stefan Ortega. Wolves did line up Jose Sa, Gomez, Agbadu, Doherty, Wolfie, Gomez, Andre, Hoover, Bellegarde, Stan Larson, who has actually still been linked with Newcastle, believe it or not. And if Newcastle are going to buy him, God forbid, because I think he's awful. I will say that. Before we get your things, Sam McCoy, big up for the 10 months, mate. You are a superstar. Big up yourself. Thank you so much for your continued thing. And I will show you all the prize at the end. You have got a blinder or a prize. It will be only UK only, I will warn you, because we keep getting stung with massive tax things going abroad. So if it is someone from abroad, I will sort something else out for you. But what I've got you is a little belter of a prize for this month's memberships. And Mark Harris with the 18 months. Big up yourself, mate. Thank you so much for your kind generosity.
I'm emotional. I mean, this is a dream come true. All these guys deserve. All these guys around here.
There we go. Right, gentlemen. Who wants to kick off then? Lineups. Pleasantly surprised? Because I got told it was all going to be the Unks.
Well, considering someone told me it was the death of the academy and we were never going to see another academy player play again, to see 3 on the starting pitch was brilliant. And it was, I was excited because, seeing Bobb and Lewis on the right, I was really pleased with that. I was fascinated. I was surprised that Marmoush wasn't starting, and wasn't surprised Stones was starting, but that was fantastic, obviously, to see him back. So I was well chuffed with the starting lineup, but interested because all the things everyone has said Pep wouldn't do and all the things that had been written off came back. So that was brilliant.
Yeah.
The Rich printers going big time.
Someone's either printing or they're doing a little bit of plywood. Someone's doing a bit of the old plywood in behind.
Printing. The Rich printing his statements out to go through today.
Have you got a sore throat, Alan?
I did have. It's better now than it was.
Yeah, you're right there. It's nice to see you all right there.
I've only just got up as well, so there you go.
Never felt more like singing the blues. That came out yesterday. Oscar Bob, they're all coming out. Pat, how do you feel about the lineup?
I felt like the midfield sort of spoke for itself. Defense was just about what we thought it would be, and then once we put Rico Lewis in there, I was more than happy when I realised he was going to be linking up with Oscar Bobb. Yes, you said you get onto Doku, and even when I saw him, I'd rather have had Mamouche out there because I think that for the moment, Doku is an impact player. He's better off the bench. I've said it before, regardless of what the scoreline is. That's just my thoughts on the lineup. But seeing Rico Lewis and Oscar Bobb, I've always said it. I'd love to see it more often. So I can't be too disappointed when I saw those, and the rest of the lineup, with the exception of Doku. I was pretty happy with it.
Yeah, Ozzy's working. That's why Ozzy's not with us at the moment. Pardo says the Chris Wood joke's not funny anymore. Give it up. I agree with Pardo. I agree. Ed,
we'll tell Chris Wood to stop scoring goals because he's proving our point.
Happy, pleasantly surprised. Would you have done anything different?
The actual side, I was surprised I saw Rico, but I was glad at the end because he played well. But I was obviously over the moon when I saw Trafford. And he did brilliant. He looks a assured keeper. Quality comes oozing out. So I was pleased there. I was Doku's the weak link without any shadow of a doubt at the moment. That's at the moment. But we'll see. Yeah, it was good.
Ed?
No, I think the lineup was what we thought would be. I was surprised to find, like everybody said, was Rico. They got the chat, they got the better.
Ed, your volume's all over the shop, mate. It's crackling everywhere.
Much like yourself, Alan.
He's not having a good time with this microphone at the minute, are you, Ed?
He's having a shocker, yeah.
Listen, I'll be honest with you, when the lineup came out, obviously the news had come out early, Trafford was going to start. I think we all gathered that. Yeah, because it seems this evening that the Ederson move is now progressing to completion. If that does happen, anything live or in the morning, one thing I want to say just before I do this, because I'm seeing too many, we're doing it again. If that was Ederson's last time, I just want to say on behalf of everyone here on the channel and everyone, massive thank you to Ederson. Yes. I know we do this recency thing of you going out, and we always do it because as fans, we do recency stuff rather than what have you done for me lately. And Ederson has still been one of the best goalkeepers in the whole of the Premier League. And for us, is it a shame the way it's probably ending? Probably so. But I keep saying this, there never is a good way to leave a good club. There's never a nice way of a club, a player who's been there for so long to leave in a nice way. would it have been nice to get a nice send off from the fans and a goodbye and a thank you? Of course it was. Not every player was going to get that goodbye. Not every player is going to get the KDBs that will what John Stones will get. No one's going to get all that. Not everyone will. So I just wish him all the best with his Turkeys. If that does get done and his destination is Turkey, thank you. All the best for the rest of your career. You will always have a favoured spot at Manchester City from our point of view, because you have been one of our best, some will say greatest ever goalies. I just needed to put that in because I know some will stick that knife in on the way out. I know they will.
I think you can go beyond that. You can say he's one of our greatest ever players. I mean, he was the first name on the team sheet for about 5 years. And he, when we went from Pep's first season to the Centurion season, the biggest piece in that jigsaw was Ederson. And I think we wouldn't have got, arguably our man of the match in the Champions League final as well. And, I don't think we'd have got a fraction of what we've got without him.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. Alan, me and you had a chat, and I know you were partly wound up, but you thought we were pretty average first third.
First 30 minutes, I think it was pretty much 50-50 between Wolves and City. I didn't think we kept losing the ball a lot, and then we seemed to settle down. Once we scored that first goal, we settled down, and we were the dominant team without any shadow of a doubt. But I thought the first 30, I thought Wolves gave as much as we got, and I really do. I didn't think we played that well first 30 minutes, but after Reijnders broke through and did what he did, we seemed to settle down after that.
In a way, I'm with Pep. His view was the opposite. I thought we were holding a lot of possession and quite dominant first half. I thought second half we were a bit more open, a bit less controlled. I thought most of that first 30 minutes, and especially the last 15 of the first half, we were controlling possession, controlling the game.
Mm.
So it's interesting that you're obviously so early in the season, you're feeling a bit anxious, Alan.
Absolutely. We're all a bit nervous. I think everyone here will be a bit nervous when the season starts. And I was more interested in seeing how we would do with our new players and how we would play. Overall, I'm more than satisfied. I thought we played quite well for the first game of the season. Yes, Wolves were not the strongest side in the Premier League, but they were at home first game of the season. So,
and you got to remember, we have only had one pre-season game.
Yeah, exactly.
So I expect the first 30 minutes. This is the thing, and I know I mean you were joking a little bit about backwards and forwards. I know everyone would like 4-0 in the first 20 minutes and relax and have a nice chill. And that's just not reality. Yeah. Wolves. And I know some have said the Diego Jota. You got to remember, Wolves have not had a chance to do their tribute, so it isn't. I don't want to get dug down in this. It's going too much now. It is what it is. People can mourn and respect how they want. So just let them.
Volume, please, Rick.
I don't want to get put down into what's right, wrong. This is going on too long. You can't tell any person when someone's died, how to deal with it. So no, I don't want to be the mourn police in what's right and wrong here. I just thought Wolves were very, very good with their tribute yesterday.
But I kind of is this better?
Much better.
All right, big up the panel, big up the chat.
What you done?
I kind of agree with Alan. I thought, and I think it kind of goes to what you were saying, Martin, that this was like our second time going back out there again, because we had possession, but I felt like we gave the ball away cheaply at times during the first 25 minutes. And it kind of took us a while to understand how to break them down, because we would have possession, but there was not that spark of creativity in the final third for me. But that's why you bring in a guy like Reijnders, right? Like that's why we've been talking about bringing in, first teamers into the squad because they have that extra quality that can break a team down. But I thought the lineup was good. Like I said, I think everybody's surprise was Rico, but if you understood the system, you kind of understood why he put him in there. And he played a big role in that win.
Yeah. Couple of things and then we'll get into it. Andrew gifting the 5 channel memberships. Big up to yourself, mate. Thank you so much for your kind generosity. If you have got a gifted membership from Andrew, please make sure you say thank you and big up to them in the chat. MCFC for the very generous super chat, as you always do, mate. Really do appreciate your continued support. First time in a long time when I enjoyed watching City flawless performance. I wanted to ask you, man, do you think the atmosphere should be better this season with the price cuts? I hope so. I really do hope so. One of my hot takes on Lad's video the other day was the fan base are all going to get along this year. And people think I was taking the piss. I really wasn't. I hope we do all get along this year. I think we should. I always think the fan base work better when we're together. So big up MCFC for your kind generosity. I'm out again with the £5. Big up, mate. Diaz was poor. Ooh.
What? I thought the defense played quite well.
It's his opinion. Could not win a single header.
Agenda-driven agenda.
So that Nico G had to win them for him. We still gave away too many chances to my liking. That's basketball, football, and my.
Do you know what though? One thing I'll agree with is if Guardiola's fit next week, I wouldn't have Diaz in the starting 11.
Okay, well we'll come to that in a minute before we.
Well, can I ask you guys a quick question?
Right now already. It's like the space last night. It's 4-0, and we're off into negatives again.
Because I've been noticing since kind of like last season that we don't particularly start like the second half that well. Like we're kind of slow. Like we come out the second half a little slow. Have you guys been noticing that a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Because every time we start the second half, the other team kind of gets settled into the game a little bit quicker than us.
Do you think that's you see, I've often taken that not as we particularly start slowly, but that the team we're playing against have been really fired up at half time, whereas we try and start the way we finish almost, and the other teams often come out really fired up, and we don't often hit that first 2 minutes that hard. We just carry on. That's just the machine that we are.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be straight with you. My Twitter's not loading weird. I actually thought, I get it. It's like, the disallowed goal that Wolves had. I saw a lot of people saying, well, why are we giving up that chance? When I came back, I watched it. Because, I maybe it's me, I think a little bit different. I think that was a good place line.
It was brilliant. Stone stepped up absolutely immaculately.
What's Diaz as well?
That was top defending.
Diaz rollicks them all. Diaz says push.
Yeah.
Guys, do you know what? Do you know what it was at times? It was time. At times there. It was Diaz's first season being partnered up with John Stones. That offside trap was played in that same sort of way. The cohesion and the communication between the two players was exceptional. Every time they had an offside, we basically triggered that step forward when the ball was being delivered to their last line of attack, and it was really well orchestrated. It was really well, it was just really well orchestrated. And look, I get what Amar's saying. Like Diaz's aerial game isn't probably what it used to be, but at the same time too, I don't really care if your offside trap is absolutely clicky.
Yeah, I mean,
if you're going to cause that much confusion for the strikers, for their attackers, and that, then you can do that the entire 90 minutes. I'm not necessarily too worried about your aerial game.
Yeah,
you're taking a huge part of their attack away from them for an entire.
We need to call it as it is, and the last time we looked that good in defence was Newcastle last season, and it's because John Stones is fitting back in the team.
Absolutely.
It's as simple as that. He is a level above the other defenders we've got, and I know a big part of our fan base wanted him out, wanted him sold, and he may get injured again. But when he's fit,
he's the best.
We are just a miles better team, because it's not just defensively. Yesterday, he put forward passes, he put them right, he put them left, he put them across, he put crosses in, and he offers us, thinking of what Akanji and Diaz, side to side across the box. Soon as Stones is in the team, we are offering attacking from the defence in about 50 different directions instead of just one predictable pass, side to side. So, that to me, that was the difference defensively and in how we started our attack. The quality he has is amazing.
I also agree with Mad Dog, by the way. I think this is, and I've always said this: we're always going to give up chances. There's nothing we can do. We are going to give up chances because we're now going to be more open. Because the one thing I did notice yesterday, the way we moved that ball from back to front was night and day. Night and day from last season. And I can't remember, was it the second? There was one, I think it was the second goal where we just broke and we went.
We did what a lot of teams do to us.
Yeah, Oscar Bobb drives that ball forward and we'll get on to Oscar Bobb, trust me, we will. Into Reijnders, we're going to get into Reijnders, by the way, because, my prediction is easy. I don't just think he'll be the signing of City. I think he'll be the signing of the whole window. I really do rate him that high.
We need to talk about the first goal, though, because the first goal, though, was some beautiful setup play.
Well, off you go. As soon as you want to talk about it, Pat, go ahead.
Well, you went straight to the second goal, so you obviously didn't.
No, I was using it as an example of it.
No, you're right, mate. Yeah. But I mean, I wanted to just contribute to that with all the goals, because I think every single goal that we scored was just something that was absolutely lacking last season. Everything from the way it was set up to the way that our players responded to certain passes. Like even that first goal, that was the sort of goal you would see De Bruyne put on a plate for Haaland, and now you see Rico Lewis do it after a chip over the top from a new signing. Like every single goal that we scored there had the sense of not just a team that has really quality players in there, but it felt like that was the sort of thing you would see from a team that had been playing together for 2 or 3 years. And you're going to get onto what you said about Tijani Reijnders. Tijani Reijnders looks like he's been here for 2 seasons already. And it was just the manner in which those goals were taken and the way he assisted and he set up those goals as well. And, the fact is that I think he had a contribution in 3 of the 4 goals in one way or another anyway. So it was just absolutely exceptional. Just the quality of the goals. Yes, we can talk about there were some, leaky moments, a little bit of shaky moments too. But if you've already got a team working that way after game week 1 of the Premier League, there's a lot of things to be very, very positive about. And I just love the quality of the goals, the way they were scored and who scored them. It just created a lot of positives going forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Can anyone argue with that?
No, it was without doubt the most impressive debut performance I've seen for a long, long time. But anyone in the league, anyone. He stood out, didn't he? He absolutely stood out. He really did.
The last time I saw that kind of performance was probably like a David Silva, Aguero debut.
Yeah, I agree.
I was going to say Aguero debut. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw a stat saying that that's the first time since Aguero that on a debut with a goal and assist for Man City.
Saying that, no, I do remember Adebayor at Blackburn. Was it Blackburn? It was Blackburn, wasn't it? Blackburn away?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Adebayor in the all black kit. Do you remember the one that was quite shiny? Looked like
I remember the game. I remember the game.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty half decent debut as well from Emmanuel Adebayor, to be honest.
The way he broke through the lines for that first goal, it was brilliant. It was awesome. And that little lob over the top. Reminded me of David Silva. It really did. Because he used to do that a lot.
I mean, by the way, I don't want to.
Credit Rico Lewis because he hit it first time as well.
I don't want to be the Debbie Downer. It is only also the one game. I don't want to,
Yeah, exactly. We don't want to get carried away. We don't want to get carried away.
But not a lot of people in the world can do that chip though. Like,
no, I agree.
That close and that accurate, it's special, man. And I think this kind of goes that we're playing more direct too. You know, and that's why I think we saw it more faster pace because it wasn't the side to side like we normally do. It was more up the pitch, bang. Up the pitch, 1-2, bang.
That's where, like Pardo's put here, then we're still playing the better high line with Diaz. That's okay against Wolves, but any top six, absolutely not. I think that's going to be part of the counter in what you just said with the quick back to front.
Yep.
I will say, I think the best debut for City was Ali Benarbia. Was it Birmingham or someone? That home win?
No, Rotherham. It was Rotherham, Rich.
He was.
I'm trying to put it in respect a bit, mate.
He was unbelievable, wasn't he?
It was still Rotherham, with due respect.
I thought it was Birmingham. Didn't we beat them 3-0?
No, it was Birmingham. Was it Birmingham or Rotherham? It was one of the.
I'm thinking Birmingham. I think it's Birmingham.
Yeah, it might have been Birmingham. It was one of them, but it was still a championship team, Rich. With due respect.
But it was because we hadn't had a player like that for a very long time, mate. And he stood out.
Or Isle Berkovic against Watford, but again, championship team.
Yeah, but let's all give credit when it's due. If we'd have had Ali Benarbia when he was 25, it would have been unbelievable. He was in his latter years, wasn't he?
But like you said, I thought the first goal was great. What a ball, by the way, from Rico Lewis, which we're going to get into. While we're talking about Rico, let's get into it. Because I thought Haaland took his chance well. Probably should have scored earlier on from where I was in the corner, because I was right in the corner. Because we were chanting with, when you're in the next to the home end and you always find someone, don't you, that you always pick on. You fat bastard, and giving it. Guy with glasses, all sorts, we were giving it him. Because funnily enough, at Wolves, they still have the boxes behind you. I don't know if you've ever noticed this. They have the away end, and then there's a row of boxes.
Yeah.
Like the kip
It's really weird.
But then you've got a whole stand of Wolves fans on top of you as well.
Yeah, they weren't happy bunnies, I'll put it that way. But I got to say, I thought Haaland did miss that chance from the Doku cross to come in. We'll talk about Doku as well, because I
think it was Bernardo that actually put the cross in.
Was it Bernardo?
It was Bernardo. You talking about the header?
Yeah, the one he had to lunge for. Yeah.
I'm going to be straight with you. Doku just didn't look impactful yesterday, but we're going to get into it because I feel like I'm doing the guy down again, and I don't want to, but I just kept thinking speedboat yesterday with him. Sorry, but I just did. Rico. I thought he was fabulous yesterday.
Yeah, he was. Totally.
To a point where he's ended up turning down the Forest move now and said, I want to stay, and opened up. So he wants to fight for his place now. Now, whether a long term that is the best scenario for him, only time will tell on that. But at least the kid wants to stay and fight.
He wants more money, though. He wants more money, though.
Well, he should get more money. I mean, Pep likes him though, so I mean, the one good thing for Rico is that he can play in a few different positions, and Pep really likes him. And yesterday, the performance, it was as much about his link up with Bobb as anything else. That they just looked like players who'd been playing together for a very, very long time and just knew instinctively where the other one was going to be. So the way they could interchange, and that partly was reflected on Doku, where the link up on the left just wasn't smooth and silky like it was on the right, where they were just, telepathically knew where the other one was going to go.
Is that because they played together in the academy, though?
It might well be. Well, they've played that style of football for a decade, I guess. I mean,
yes, yeah.
And they've played a lot together. So I think me and Stones, it's been going longer. Alan's in the brief bloom of romance with Trafford, where Stones and me, it's a deep, lasting relationship.
I am doing.
Yeah, I kind of like
credit, Andy. I'm coming to it.
I kind of like the blend we have at right back, though. with Rico and Nunes because like Nunes is better overlapping and Rico is better just coming inside. So I think we do have a good balance there when it comes to the attacking in with our right back options. And for everything you can say about Rico, when he's in those pockets, you can see the caliber of player he is.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm just talking about Rico because there's been a lot of talk about Rico, but like I said, I thought everyone was back. We're going through them one by one. But I thought Haaland's finish was exquisite, and I know everyone's going to go exquisite. It's 2 yards out. But last season, Haaland was fumbling and bumbling those. They were bobbling over the line. They were coming in off his shin or his ankle. It was just, I watched a different, maybe I'm waxing lyrical about the game too much, but I saw a fresh Haaland, a rejuvenated Haaland, a fresh Rico, and Oscar Bobby was gliding around Molyneux. Nico G looked a lot more sort of competent and reliable.
Can I ask you a question, Martin?
I just loved it yesterday.
Do you think Pep Linders has made a huge difference?
I think all of them have.
Yeah.
I think Colo Torre, James French, and Linders have, because I think now, as Pep said, he's always wanted to be challenged. Challenge me, that's what you're there for. Give me new ideas.
Yep. Pep Linders has certainly played in, I think it was Pat mentioned, the way they were playing quicker and on the transition better. That's got to be Pep Linders. That has to be from the Liverpool days.
I mean, I'm out of the way. I'm just think about this as we're going into it. There was no Josko Gavardio, no potential new goaler, potential. No,
we don't need one.
Definite.
Right. What the hell? Talk about jump to a sensitive subject with some there. Potentially new goaler, no Gavardio, no Rodri, no Foden. Cherki sat on a bench.
80 minutes.
Come on. You take out, that is the spine of a football team. Take that kind of level of spine out of Arsenal and Liverpool, and I think they struggle to do that, what we did yesterday. Now, I know it's only Wolves. I want to give Wolves respect. Of course I do. But this is why I think our squad depth is strong this year. A lot stronger than other people's. Because not many teams can take Foden, Rodri, Cherki, Gavardio. There was no cushion off.
Marmoush.
We didn't even see Gundogan or anyone like that. So I was over the moon with it. But like I said, Nico G, I did notice something Paolo was very good at. I watched it because I'd watched it back this morning. We didn't have the ball in front, with his back to play. We made sure the ball was in front of him, which, to be honest with you, he did look a lot more comfortable within his game, of having the play in front of him, not behind him. And I thought, I do think the left-hand side with Ryan Aitnora and Doku, you could see there wasn't the gel as there was on the right, as Rich has quite eloquently put it. You could tell Rico and Bobb had a connection. There was no connection whatsoever between Ryan Aitnori and Doku. There was no connection whatsoever. Because Doku didn't really... Because for me, Doku didn't want to come back yesterday. He didn't want to trap back. He wasn't really that arsed. And I think he's very good going forward. The trouble is, he couldn't beat his man. It is what it is. I thought Ryan Aitnori had a very quiet but impressive game.
Defensively good. I thought he made a couple.
Yeah, it was defensively very, very
actually.
good.
I thought he was more defensive than he was offensive, and that was that's what people criticise. But I think we saw his pace. We saw his pace, and we saw him make a few great tackles.
I love that from Ander, and I've noticed that today. Some have called it poor defending because you score an offside goal. Is that not good defending because you made them be offside?
Correct.
Oh no, it was totally brilliant play because you actually saw them look and step. So it was especially that header. It was completely deliberate and They have to be given credit for that.
Yeah, and if you're not going to have a pacey guy at the back, then the offside is more important. And, this is another thing I think we can take away is that you can tell all the work they've been putting in behind the scenes to improve this too. And I think that's commendable too, because when you see it on the pitch.
Oh, sorry. I've just realised I've just seen the United result because obviously I've been asleep all night. Oh, beautiful. That's really, really put a smile on my face. Oh,
Could have been 5.
Oh, mate, I didn't watch it. I was asleep. I was like, oh, that's fucking cheap me right up that ass.
Yeah, reports.
That's
Reports seem to say it could have been a lot more.
That's no report, but we'll get into that on another show.
Right.
Yeah. And then obviously the second goal, Oscar Bobb driving forward in his natural position, may I add, because his natural position in that EDS, as Pat has said it many times, is that 8-10 role. He likes it. He drives forward, plays a beautiful pass to Reijnders, who hits a first-time shot. And that was bang, right in line with us. We were up. What a finish. And I'm telling you, Reijnders is going to be my boy. He's my boy, is Tijani, the Dutch master. I love the guy already. I've never fallen in love with a player as quick as I have with Tijani Reijnders. I just think he's going to be a sensation. He ran the show yesterday. Ran the midfield. No one disagreeing with me? Or?
No, I agree with you, man.
Jump, people. Come on.
I agree with you. I think Reijnders, we always say the midfield is the hardest part and to get when you come to Man City. And it just seems like he's there's no thought process when he's out there. It feels like he's been here for a long time with the movement on the pitch for him, the link up play with all the guys. And like you said earlier, it seems like they've been gelling really well behind the scenes. I think we've been hearing a lot of reports about, just the camp feels happier. The camp feels like a family again. And I think you can see that on the pitch when they play with each other with all the new additions we've added.
I think they look refreshed.
Well,
yes, I do like pizza.
Smiling.
No, well, I mean, this is a great point here about Lee Williams. They've had 4 to 5 weeks off. That's the first time they've had that off in about 4 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
And sometimes all you need is a bit of a rest.
Yeah. But a point you mentioned earlier about Nori, I just want to touch on it. Sometimes when you come to a bigger club, the demand is higher, right? So sometimes when you're, and this is not no offense, when you're at the Wolves, you might just think, oh, I can switch off here, or maybe I'm not going to run back here, but the demand is higher when you're at a Man City. The demand from Pep is higher because of the level that we demand from you.
Yeah. Elliot, stop winding him up. You're going to make him cry.
What?
You know what Elliot's doing? Do you like pasta? Do you like pizza? You know what he's doing?
Of course I do, mate. I'm used to it. I don't worry about things like that, man. I take it. Don't worry.
I disagree. See, the thing is, formidable. I'm going to ask the panel there. Are you concerned about defence if we attack like we did?
No.
I don't see Liverpool being all worried about defence. And I'll be straight with you, watching both games, and I would say Bournemouth are going to be comparable to Wolves this season. I thought Bournemouth had opened Liverpool up far more than Wolves opened us up.
Bournemouth are still going to be a good side, mate. They're still a good side.
Yeah, but where's this idea of you not
I thought
come from?
One of their goals that Bournemouth scored looked like City in October last year. Liverpool, Bournemouth went straight through the middle, absolutely straight through the middle, just walked through Liverpool, and Van Dijk couldn't keep up. He was just backing away like he looked like Simpson Poozy. So, yeah.
But Rich,
I think,
Burnley fans wish he hadn't have joined them.
But Rich,
Yeah.
let me ask you this, right? Because do you think that's why? Because I've been noticing our fullback kind of tuck in when we're out of possession. Do you think that's because we don't want the ball to go through our middle and we'd rather have the ball go outside to let our defense catch up? Because I notice that's happening more often too.
Yeah, I think we're definitely much tighter down the middle. I think you saw Reijnders come back almost alongside Nico G, and then 3. So at times we had 5 players shaping when the counter was coming in, where we probably had 2 or 3 last year.
Yeah. I think that's probably the biggest thing I saw is that we just move faster on the pitch. Like it was just evident how fast we were moving. Even I think I saw a stat saying we ran the most distance in week 1 for any team. So I think that just shows, when you maybe have, new
What a segue.
faces and energy,
What a segue you put me into. Pat, talk to me about this Finnish player, Bernardo Silva.
Oh,
Who, by the way,
absolute scrub, done and dusted. Get him out the door. Not my fucking captain.
Where is this Bernardo Silva's finish come from everyone?
Oh dear.
All Club
Yeah,
World Cup.
we know it's
season.
first game of the season. We know, and there is an air of caution. We know. But what I'm saying, I thought Bernardo Silva didn't he? Now, when I read a stat, didn't he do the most kilometers yesterday on the whole pitch?
Yes, he did.
How can anyone say he's finished? He was tackling everything that moved.
He came back.
It's those FIFA fucking fans again. Go support United.
No,
Do one.
Wow.
No, Alan, I don't think it's that. I just think that
two-footed.
I think you can tell the difference between wing Bernardo.
The Mancunian way does not condone the opinions of Alan.
I think you can see the difference. You can see the difference between wing Bernardo and midfield Bernardo, because when he's in the midfield, you can just tell the impact he has. Kind of when he's out in the wing, we look at wingers differently than maybe him in the midfield, right? Because when he's on the wing, we kind of want that creativity or that output or that impact in that kind of way. But when you're in the midfield, that kind of just minimizes and he can just do his thing.
I think the main reason, Ed, is when he plays on the wing, he kind of plays the midfield role anyway. When he's on the wing, he'll still end up back at centre back and everywhere else on the pitch. But you lose that output because he's doing that. Whereas when Bobb's playing up there and he's in the middle, you don't notice that you've still got the output on the wing and he's doing what he'll do anyway. But sometimes when you're playing a really good team, him on the wing, giving you an extra body in midfield defensively in terms of holding possession could be really useful. But you won't need that against Wolves.
No. I just thought Bernardo was excellent. I wanted to talk the third goal because my word, that was the goal of the game for me. As in, it was one touch passing, quick, bang, bang, bang. And what a finish from the big man. What a finish. Could the goalie have done better? Probably. But what a finish. The build-up play was everything I love from it. Was Bobb, Reijnders. Reijnders.
Go back to who started it, Martin. Go back to who started it.
Trafford.
It was a long ball from Trafford.
A long ball from Trafford with his feet, where he can play.
I was going to let Alan have his own special segment. Yeah, of course he will blow out. I think everyone will get game time. I think that's the beauty of this. But I'm saying that blew out. Will they? I suppose we'll see. We will see. But I've got to say, like you said, the third goal was exquisite. Trafford, Alan, Here's your moment. Go with it because again, what a performance, what a debut.
He looks solid. I think everyone, even in the chat, has got to agree with that. You know, he's a big, strong lad, 6'5", 6'6". You know, he's great with his feet. He looks calm under pressure, which he did. He made probably a couple of good saves during the game. The one thing I like when he did save it, he pushed it out of the box, not into the centre forward's path, which is what Ederson does. He pushed it miles outside the box. His feet work were great. For the third goal, you can't argue. And that's Elliot ringing me, as you can see. So,
he made one brilliant save. It was offside, but he didn't know it was offside, and it was a brilliant save. The other thing I think is he's quicker than Ederson. He came out a couple of times to get the ball in the box, and he moved really fast. Yeah, really fast and decisively, which was good to see.
And anyone said he's still 19 years of age and playing when he went to Burnley. Let me tell you something. He went to Burnley to get first team football, which he wasn't getting at City. He went to Burnley to play first team.
He won't be getting it in 2 weeks.
And when this Donna I can't kick comes.
Oh, piss off, Alan. Give the guy a break before he even comes.
Let's hope the taxi drives him straight down Chester Road and he can sign down there, because I don't want him.
No, Trafford, I mean...
Brexit FC at full swing there.
Except Donnarumma.
Reform.
Alan, you need to come to peace with a Donnarumma right now. You got to.
Donna can't kick. He's going to get called. Donna can't kick for the rest of this season. And if he fucks up in his first game, right, you're going to have...
Boy, are you going to let him know about it?
Yeah.
Oh, big time.
You bring your football, you kit rallies, and
you and Spartacus will be, you from Australia, Spartacus from Brazil, you can do your own little protest up area about Donnarumma. Off you go.
Donna keep saying Donna can't kick. Yeah.
I nearly said it then as well.
I know you did.
No, but you gotta give Trafford his credit. You know, his first start for City.
He did well, man.
He did really well. The moment didn't seem too big for him because, like you said, Martin, there's a lot of energy in that stadium the other day, and we've seen a lot of young players that might not be able to handle that, and he did it well. There was, we got to talk about the good and the bad. There's one shaky time, but he bounced back from that very well. He didn't lose confidence with the ball after that moment. And, that showed a level of maturity too. So,
he's a good player, mate. Good keeper.
Alan, what Trafford now has to do, think about this logically instead of the agenda. Think about this logically. We know you like Trafford and love him, and I get it. Think of it this way, though. Rico Lewis, right, knows there's other people potentially in front of him. He has decided, I'm going to fight. I want to fight.
The problem is, Martin, with a goalkeeper, he can't go and play somewhere else in the team, where Rico Lewis can, right?
I know, Alan, but
it's one position. It's one position.
And you were joking calling me FIFA yesterday. I'm not changed to FIFA. What I've decided is the badge on the front is more important than any name on the back.
I agree with that. I'll always agree with that. But Trafford's in a different position. If Donna can't kick comes in and plays first team, it doesn't look like he's going to dislodge him. He needs to move, and he needs to move now.
Well, you just want him to go out there and give Pep a hard decision to make, right? Depending on what's going on this week, we don't know how fast things will move. He's probably going to be the starter against Spurs, and you just want to keep on having those type of performances, giving Pep a hard time.
His agenda is trying to force his way into the England squad for the World Cup. He's not going to do that from a bench. He's not.
But you've got an agenda.
Well, I want Trafford because he's one of our own.
Yes, you want 11 Manchester City young academy lads, all from Greater Manchester, to run around.
Cock 'em out.
Come
It's
out
not-
to
it's-
Rule
it's-
Britannia and have a great old time and everything. Alan, it's not 1945 anymore, mate.
Mate, I know that.
Alan
but
only wants Italians if their names are Mancini or Balotelli.
Do you know what makes me
Unless
laugh,
they come
Alan?
back to the club, he
And I
doesn't want
love
any
you
other
to bits.
Italian.
Alan,
They're
I
the
love you
first.
to bits.
They're the
You
first
know it.
ever homegrown Italians, according to Alan.
Spot on. And you know what, Alan? I love you to bits. But you know, you don't even see the irony. You left your home country to go and live in another country. And you're
No,
going
it's-
on, I want kids from the academy. Why didn't you stay in the UK, you two-faced little sod? So come on.
I know, but there is another.
What
There
would
is
you
another
do?
reason. There
What
is
would you
another
do if the
reason why.
Australian government went, get out, sunshine, go back home.
I'll be coming home. I'll be knocking on your door. I'll be coming home, knocking on your door. now.
It's what's best for Manchester City, Alan.
Yeah, I know. But
I know it's
there's another reason why I don't like that guy's name. Well, you know the answer to that.
Well, you bloody hell, you can't blame that, Alan. Jesus
Anyway.
Christ! Anything with the letter D's out the question now. Anyway, we're going way off topic here. We're going into Alan's.
I want Trafford to be given a go all season.
Well, I think he's still going to get some games. You know, when talking about cup games, and things of that nature. So he's still going to get some chance.
Ed, in a few weeks' time, if he turns around and says, "I want to move," I won't blame him at all.
But he won't. Will.
He can't do it at that time though, Alan, because the window will be over.
Well, hopefully,
I understand that, Cameron, and I think Donnarumma should have to fight. I'm not saying he shouldn't. I will be disappointed if Donnarumma's automatically given the position. I agree with that, but I think Trafford has to fight as well.
Well, if he puts Donnarumma can't kick in straight away, I'll be fucking furious.
Alan, stop calling him Donnarumma can't kick. Back the guy before he's even in the door. Give him a frigging game. Jesus. Anyway, right, Rich. Swiftly moving on. Ryan Cherki. The one thing I did notice yesterday, did anyone notice? Pep Guardiola did a few things yesterday that everyone said was never going to happen. He doesn't want to do it. He hates doing it. He'll never do it. We made subs in the 60-odd minute? Just after the hour mark, we brought on O'Reilly, Cherki. Who else came on?
But it was the one thing I will say, Martin. It was just after the third goal, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah. The third goal kill.
Yeah,
but
the third goal is when Pep does his subs. He subs. He always thinks we did throw away a 3-goal lead, didn't we, once last year? And
fine.
He nearly did.
He brought all the kids on.
And so he did learn his lesson a bit, but I think that's when he likes to do it. Third goal, the game's over, and that gives him the chance to experience a bit, or test a bit.
Mm-hmm. Breaking, according to what's this? Pep Guardiola and James Trafford, academy for many, many years and playing the first Premier League game with a clean sheet, made a good performance, made good save. He's tall, presence is really good, and I think people love a lot. Likes a lot to have a homegrown player from the academy with us. It's really good. People will identify with Phil and Nico. All the players that come from there, it's nice. Ortega, Pep and Ortega, these have literally just come out, by the way, people. Hopefully we can find a solution, but Stefan gave us the league, saving from Son in Spurs away. We're lucky to have him really, really good keepers, so I think Ortega will be gone soon. Pep Guardiola believes Rico will stay at City this summer despite interest from Forest. I think he's going to stay. He told me that today. I think he's going to stay, but I don't know what's going to happen. This is from the embargo part of the press post-match yesterday. And then has basically talked wax lyrical about Ederson's career. So there you go.
Yeah.
And then fourth goal, I mean, he brought everyone on. Cherki, because we're looking at it, he brought 6 minutes. Doku went off for Mamouche. Silva went off for O'Reilly. Nunes went off for Lewis. And then Erling Haaland went off for Ryan Cherki in the 73rd minute. And Kushinov came on for John Stones, who again came off fit as a fiddle, injury-free. And then we got the fourth goal from fellow debutant Cherki with a lovely finish in the bottom corner. Lovely little finish. Lovely build-up play.
Yeah.
Now, that's where I don't mind a flick. I don't mind a flick there at that point. Something came off.
No, kind of to Rich's point, I think I really like the subs. And I think, that's been a criticism at times too, right? The subs. And for a player like John Stones to have that kind of game and get him out of the game, I think that's really good management of him. Management of the minutes on his legs.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Haaland. It's going to be a long season. You're going to have to play O'Reilly in there, to give him that experience. So I really like the subs yesterday.
Pat, Ryan Cherki.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I had to go to Lou, or as Alan calls it, public speaking. Ryan Cherki, unbelievable. Yeah.
Very good, Patrick. Very good.
Yep. No, Cherki just very.
Did you have a number 2 or number 1?
Alan, move on, Pat.
Yeah, well, it's public speaking for a reason. Anyway, yeah, look, Ryan Cherki, fitting that little maverick tag that we've given him, and that too, he's been, just adds a bit of flair and a bit of character to something that's been lacking for a while. And I'm not just talking about last season. I think just someone who, is willing to make that little bit of a risky sort of pass, and is willing to take on his marker and things like that. So I'm really happy to have him, not just because of the player himself. I think he's a bit of a character, but he just offers a bit of a different dynamic to the way in which we can attack. And I think for the start of the season, he might be doing this little bit of a super sub sort of role. But as time goes on, I'd like to see him start a few more games. But right now, any game time he gets is something that we can all enjoy, and I think it's just something. It's a nice breath of fresh air, and something that was going a little bit stale over the last 12, 18 months.
Ed, have you got a new... Ed, are you not a mod anymore?
I don't know.
Just type in the chat, Ed. Just you guys carry on talking.
No, I think on Cherki, it was lovely to see that flick. It was lovely to go, but I think with Cherki, it's the fact he is so two-footed. You really, you can see, and you could see one difference with Cherki is that I did feel that Nick O'Reilly, his first touch was a bit of a problem. A couple of times he did a bit of a Romelu Lukaku when he got the ball, and fortunately his pace and his strength got it back, whereas Cherki just looked like he could get on the ball. I think I'd like to see Cherki in the middle. I'd like to see him playing, in that attacking midfield role, because I think you just don't know whether he's going to go right or left, hit it with his right or his left, pass with his right or his left. And I think that's so dangerous going at centre-backs, and they just don't know what he's going to do, because 90% of playmakers like that, they favour one foot. And, I know Mahrez could always put someone on their arse, even though they knew what he was going to do. But I think Cherki's going to be, a stunning player with that ability with 2 feet. He really does look like he could, be a true global superstar.
It looks exciting, and he's got that low sense of gravity, that low level of gravity, where a bit like David Silva and Aguero again, if you know what I mean. The ball just seems to glue to him, and I've got a feeling people are going to really struggle to get the ball off Ryan Cherki.
He hasn't
Yeah,
started a game for us yet. He's always come off the bench, hasn't he? So we'll have to wait and see when he starts the game if he's got it or not.
Yeah, I think we can all see the potential there, and he's definitely a talent, man. When he got on the pitch, you can definitely see the work rate with him trying. I think we all saw that in the club world. Was that no against Palermo? We all saw the work rate with him trying to get him the ball too. So it's going to be exciting days ahead for him.
Yeah. Man of the match.
There's only one in the Reijnders.
Yeah, I think it's unanimous.
Well, some people say Nico J.
Yeah, I actually thought. Yeah, I think you can't separate for me Reijnders, Nico G, and Stones. I thought the three of them through the middle, were all exceptional. I think Reijnders got the Guernsey because he's the one who's getting the goal and the assist. But I thought Stones playing at the back completely changed the way we played. The variety and quality coming out of the centre was just better than we've seen, I think, since the Newcastle game, where I thought we had one of our best performances of last season. And I thought Nico G combined brilliantly between Stones and Reijnders. So in a way, I don't think, biased. I at the time last night, I thought Stones had made the biggest difference to our team. But I do know that I'm not completely unbiased when it comes to the great man. But I thought those three just were exceptional together.
Well, I thought Trafford was about our best player at times.
Well, Trafford did nothing wrong. I mean, that's the thing. Trafford did nothing wrong, but he probably didn't have the ball as much and have the influence the other three players mentioned had.
I was just pleased he did well. I was pleased.
We'll enjoy it while it lasts because there's an Italian coming in.
Well, that Italian can have a crack, can't he?
Just to let you guys know, Pep just talking about Oscar Bobb. Martin, you want to read it?
I'm just updating something. If you want to do that for me, mate, you can do it.
He says, now I realize how much we missed him last season. He's a guy who doesn't need too much training like Foden. With physicality, he's sharp, quick, and I'm so happy he's back. I don't know since how long he didn't play 90 minutes in high level, maybe 1 year. He's so strong, so disciplined in defensive issues, and in small spaces, he's an incredible threat. Hopefully he can stay healthy. It's the only I ask to be healthy, be strong in his head, and I'm pretty sure he's going to help in that position, even more in the interior position. He's another quality player in the academy.
Yeah. And you know what? I think he's quite right. And that was my thing. People thought I hated Bobb. I didn't. I love Bobb. My fear for Bobb was I wanted the guy to play.
I think he will, mate. I think he will.
And that's what I wanted to see.
He was quality on what weekend. He was quality.
Yeah, and that's what I want to see now.
Yeah.
I want to see him do it. By the way, what I will do is, as some of you will have noticed this, we did the Mancunian Way predictions. So there you can see was our predictions. I went 3-0. B went 3-0. Pat went 3-1. Ozzy went 4-0.
Right.
Oh, no. Ozzy said 6-0. Was it 4-0 or 6-0? What did Ozzy say?
4-0. 4-0.
That's the sound of a sore loser.
It was 4-0, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, 4-0.
Rich was 2-1. Alan was 1-0. So there is the table. Ozzy's top on 3 points. Pat, me, Rich, Alan, and Fee all on the 1.
Well done, Ozzy. Well done.
So, yeah, at the moment, that's where we stand on the doors. We've had some super chats coming since. Paolo, thank you so much, mate. We have £5. Competing keepers doesn't work, and this Donnarumma deal settles Trafford's hand. Having 1.5 good seasons out of 10 doesn't make someone world class. Anyone agree or disagree with that, or want to dispute that?
The first part of it about having 2 keepers, Trafford's going to leave. I don't blame him either.
Okay.
So who's had 1.5 good seasons out of 10?
I think he's saying Donnarumma has.
I think that's just nonsense. He held his place and broke a record in Serie A when he was he had a couple of good seasons for PSG and he had a couple of good seasons for Milan, and the guy's only in his mid-20s when most goalkeepers don't actually become good till 26, 27.
So he won Italy a Euro.
Yeah, and Paris a Champions League because he was the player in last year's Champions League against Arsenal. They would have gone out.
Is the Italian Joe Hart good shot stopper?
Wow.
But that's what goalkeeper. I mean, with
what's a goalkeeper?
We all said that to Pep. Without Joe Hart was going, we all went mad. Everyone went mad.
But the difference, Alan, is that Pep wants Donnarumma. He didn't want Joe Hart. I think that's the main difference. I know people keep on bringing that up, but Pep, he's obviously talked to Pep, and Pep wants him. Pep rates him. And I think Spartacus comments, I'm like, come on. Like, I know.
Well, let's hope he's decent with his feet, because if he's not.
Did we see Raya today? Did we see how Raya almost gave away a chance, an opportunity? And people say he's a top 2 keeper in the league. So I think people just need to calm down with this. I think there's a lot of emotions involved.
It's a great point by Andrew, by the way. Don't Liverpool have Alisson and Mohamed Asvilla?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't Newcastle have Nick Pope and Ramsdale?
Yeah. Trafford's capable of getting the England spot. He's capable.
I agree.
He's not going to do it. He's sat on the bench watching.
But Alan, you're buying Italy's number 1.
I want England to win the World Cup, mate.
I couldn't give a shiny. That's great for you. I couldn't give a shiny red-nosed reindeer about England winning out because we've got Timmy Titfill in charge.
Titfill.
I've no time for Tommy Titfill. No time for him. I don't like his football. I find it negative. And England do whatever England do all the time. They build you up to let you down. Any player, listen, Alan, we've got a big squad now. Earn your spot. We cried all last season about earning our spot. And Alan, you did as well, about not winning trophies. You had us finishing 7th, 6th, 8th. You had us finishing 4th at the start of the season. Now you wait to win trophies. You want to win, you've got to be ruthless. Even I've had to realise that. I've had to
know that. I want to be competitive, and I think Trafford's good enough.
Right, so let Trafford and Donnarumma be competitive.
Elliot's texting me still.
I agree with you, Alan. If he plays Donnarumma and doesn't give Trafford any opportunity, then I agree it's wrong.
Yeah.
But as I think they'll be given the opportunity.
Look at if you can see this, look at Elliot's text messages for the last 2 minutes.
Anyway, by the way, Dash for the 16 months. Big up, mate. Thank you so much. And you know what that means?
I'm emotional. I mean, this is a dream come true. All these guys deserve. All these guys around here.
Anyway, it's Alan's opinion. He's entitled to it. Like as I said, we're doing opinions and everyone is entitled to them. Mohamed Asvili will be heard to Alisson. With all due respect to prioritise City. Exactly, Dash. That's where I am. Anyway, anyone else? I mean, Reijnders is my man of the match. He's my god at the minute. But like I said, I will agree with people who said it was only one game.
Yeah,
we haven't won a quad. We haven't, because you got to remember we had our best start ever last season, and we know how that went. I think it'll be a lot different because I think we have. I think one thing I think Pep earned yesterday was that he has changed. Mad Hatter's in the comment, and that was Mad Hatter's biggest thing. Will Pep change? I think Pep showed he will change now.
Did you guys see the questions he was getting asked on Sky Sports about last season and like the authenticity he talked about? Did you guys see that interview after the game?
Yes.
What was you guys' thoughts on that? Because that was
That he
very
learned.
good insight.
That he learned. And it did hurt him last season. People think that Pep and the players weren't hurt last season. They were hurt, and they put it right. And people say about being ruthless. I don't think you can get much more ruthless than sacking your whole backroom staff. Never mind players. He sacked his whole backroom staff. Bye. See, I think the only one who stayed was the goalkeeping coach. Am I right? Was the goalkeeping coach the only one who stayed?
There's 2 goalkeepers stayed. Rest fled.
So there you go. And Alan, the one thing I will say, just a little bit of info for you. The goalkeeping coach has a massive say on goalies. He will have had a massive say to Pep about Donnarumma.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm happy. Massive, loads of shows coming this week. Anything you want to add, fellas, before I just show you all this beautiful, beautiful prize that we've got?
I've had a nice weekend because we played well, so I'm happy.
I'm very pleased to see that.
Yes, I'm sorry for winding you up today. Said we were shit first half an hour. I was winding you up.
Right? You didn't wind me up. You're winding yourself.
You bit.
Pat. I don't. By the way, I think Pat's feeling a bit under the weather. So big up to Pat for coming on.
Oh yeah, can't complain. No listens.
You got a cold, Pat? Because I've just gone through it for about a week and a half.
No. Just I've worked like 10 straight days of like late finishes at work, so 6 a.m. starts isn't exactly. It doesn't exactly. It upsets my rhythm a little bit.
Yeah.
But also too, I got sick of waking up at about 9, 10 o'clock every morning.
I think it's just catching up to him, Alan.
Fair enough. That's fair enough.
Rich.
Well, I was well chuffed. You know my agenda. You know the one thing I wanted to happen more than anything in the first game of the season.
Johnny Stone.
The man himself did it. He showed him and Bernardo showed absolutely every one of the people who've been slagging him off all season, say they should be out, shouldn't be playing again, by showing that class is permanent. And I've got fingers and toes crossed that I mean this. If we can keep Stones fit all season, we win the league. And I just hope now that Guardiola is sensible and he's, giving him and Rodri and a few of the others who've had injuries and everything the time to recover. And I hope we give Bernardo a bit of a rest too, because he is the most overplayed footballer in Europe in the last decade. And if he's to show his best, he's going to need a rest occasionally. And I reckon we've now got the quality in the midfield that we can give him a rest. And I think Bernardo, I think we'll see a couple of the unks showing people that they're still world class, and that last season was the whole team, and it isn't something that should be pinned on a couple of players.
Correct. Well said, Richard. Johnny Stones. Johnny Stones.
Oh dear. Well, Pep's now talking about Ederson potentially staying. So, listen, this week
really, Ederson's staying now.
Ederson is my player. He's our player. Ederson has been the keeper of 6 Premier League titles. He's the keeper. We won it. Same in Madrid. He's the player that 9 years every single game. There were rumours 2 years ago, and at the end, he's been with us. Always, he's behaved unbelievably. So I don't know. He just said, would he have played today had he not been ill? He said, what happened? I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what's going to happen.
Ederson
Someone say it sounds like a bit of farewell. Let's just see what happens.
All right. Well, Donna can go driving down Chester Road. There's a spot down there. He can go and play football.
Well, let's see, Alan, because everyone's doing the Rodrigo stuff. Nothing happens until Sabinho goes.
Yeah.
So let's see. But anyway, one thing I do want to show you for our members, there is a lovely portrait of the three amigos, Lee and Somerville. Does come with a authentication. I'm not sure if it is a print. I will check. But anyway, it's free anyway. Yeah, it is free. So if you are a member, at the end of the month, we will give this away in about 2 weeks for free. It will be someone in the UK though, because of the flimsiness. It is a bit flimsy, and we don't want it, and we're getting pounded on tax. If a member abroad wins it, we'll sort something out for you separate, but this will be someone in the UK. I apologize. This was because we sent something to Ireland for a friend of ours, Patrick, and we got blasted on tax the other way, sadly. So yeah, so we will look at things, but it's a great prize, and all it is 99p for you to be entered. So there you go. Yeah, we'll be back this week. Tomorrow, we may not do anything tomorrow. We may do it Tuesday. We'll see if there is any news. Tuesday, we're going to do a calling show in the evening. We'll do a fan calling show. Maybe City Luke TV will come back on. Maybe. Keep an eye out for that. Wednesday, Oil Brothers Part 2 will be on Through Black and White Eyes, because we're going to alternate. Wednesday, Blues Down Under, episode 12, 13, I believe.
Yep.
So, Alan, why have you got your hand up?
Well, as you know, I'm flying down there. Depends on the state of my mum. Can do that or not.
Okay. No worries.
Right. Be in contact.
No worries. So, Blues Down Under, time to be confirmed. So, it will go up as 11 a.m., but it may change that time. That's just like a time holder. So we
Pat, you should start rebooting your laptop now, Pat.
Weird thing is the PC is actually working. I just don't have any USB ports anymore. Just
is it working now?
It's working, but I've got alternate like power sources running through the USBs, so I can't hook up my microphone and camera at the moment.
Oh, Fabrizio, negotiation sitting Galatasaray out on the advanced stage. Donnarumma lined up as City's next goalkeeper.
Oh, fucking
also, on Wednesday will be Stateside Blues episode 2. We're going to try and add Danny into the equation. If Danny wants to come on, get in touch with me, Danny, and we'll sort that out as well. So, amazing panel. Great debut show. The feedback was unbelievable. So, on Wednesday, we're going round the world again. From the UK to Australia to America.
Martin, I just want to say thank you to the audience, man. There's a lot of people that showed up. I know it's really late out there for people out there. So, all of us from Stateside Blues want to thank everybody for tuning in the chat, super chats, everything, man. We appreciate all the support. And yeah, man, I know a lot of people saying this is the first game, but at the same time, I think this has been a while since we kind of felt this way about our team, about our players. And sometimes it's a good thing to give them, like people say, the glaze that they deserve, because they perform well. And we haven't talked about them in a positive way for a while.
And I'm getting that up, Elliot, winding me up.
Yeah, and can I just? I mean, he's really giving it an air. Well,
yeah, he give it big time.
Yeah. By the way, if the language has offended anyone tonight, I would apologize if it has offended you. We will try and calm it down, but we are an adults channel. We always say that we are not kid friendly. We've always suggested that. But feedback is important, good and bad. We take all feedback on, good and bad. We always say it's your channel to please give us feedback, good or bad. We'd like to know. That's how the channel improves. But massive thank you. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm on Judge Mo at 2 p.m. for the Rationale League. New show with Hussam Igal and somebody else on a Tuesday at 2 p.m. as well. We'll do a fans forum Tuesday night on here, and then Wednesday, Thursday night chat, and then we're going into the Tottenham stuff. So loads and loads and loads of shows, entertainment, different panels, everything coming up for you here on the Mancunian Way, including, don't forget, on Thursday morning, the Mancunian Way goes south over on the South Stand, as well as Twitter Spaces. Loads of things to do. We're pumping content at you faster than the speed of knots. Alan, put the phone down while you're on the live, please. It's unprofessional. Thank you. Anyway, thank you, gentlemen, for your time. Smash them final few likes. You are legends. We love you all. Have a good evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. And as always, up the Blues. City are back. Take care, all.
See you, everyone.